in regards to Grand Theft Auto 6. I cannot stress enough, these are rumors. I've never heard of this account. It showed up on my For You page called GTA 6 Countdown. They posted a thread full of rumors, and I figured we read them together and speculate and just have some fun with it. So, according to GTA 6 Countdown, a user claims to have had a few hours on GTA 6 gameplay at Rockstar from a 2024 test build and describes some interesting details. Here are the details below. Let's get into it. Love the title. We stress but blessed. Shooting NPCs feels so realistic that it makes you feel bad and will be harder to do. That's a very interesting point to start off the conversation with. But anyways, cops can set up a crime scene after shooting and taking pictures, measurements afterwards. Take pictures, measurements afterwards. The body will be picked up and taken away to a morgue or a hospital. So if you, first of all, what does this even mean? It feels more realistic to shoot somebody. Who, you shot somebody before? What that mean, bro? Also, that means that after you kill somebody, they're gonna come pick up the body. My thing is like, is that gonna happen every single time? That's gonna make the block hot every goddamn time. NPCs react with realistic movements and show pain and shock when they're shot. Wasn't that in every other game? Some will even try to fight you. Stomach shots make them move slightly back, bend forward, put hand on the stomach, check for blood, stumble and drop on their knees, gasping for air while stuttering. Why did you shoot me? This account be engagement farming. Well, that's why I said take it with a super grain of salt. The world feels very alive as nearly everything has a physical place. Even debris and litter is all over the place. The game is breathtaking and feels truly next gen with a real jump in graphics compared to Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know if I like you can see the visual improvement from the trailer, but like I don't feel like the trailer really sold me in terms of like this is a super next gen graphical game. Like it looks better, but it didn't look that much better. But I mean, maybe the actual test build is better. Yo, shout out to Hydration with the sub. Appreciate you. These poor devs had to do all that research for how NPCs and ragdolls are killed. Storms and hurricanes feel real with wind moving holes in road signs and NPCs losing balance and running for cover. My thing is, how often is a hurricane happening in the game? You have hurricane season in Florida, right? Well, in the South, period, because I mean, it affects like Alabama and like a few other states, right? How often is a hurricane happening in the game? Is it like every other mission? Because I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be fucking annoying. And can I shoot the hurricane? How many shots do y'all think it would take to defeat a hurricane? It would be like the Griffin in Dragon's Dogma 2. You remember the first time you was in the cart and the Griffin swooped down? That shit was pretty cool. The third time it happened, you were fucking over. Matter of fact, the second time. One hurricane is cool, but how often is that gonna happen? I don't know about that. Is this coming to PS4? Drop 5 subs in the chat to apologize. I have a PS4 story for you guys later you're gonna like. Crews of maintenance and cleaning will interact with the world and what the player does. After a big crash, traffic jams will occur until the road is cleared and a random event can be triggered in a truck. A van and a crane will arrive at the crash site and NPCs. You'll see NPCs. Can I rob Metro PCS during the hurricane? First of all, we don't promote criminal activity over here. You better chill out, bro. Did you see the inauguration? It's not a good time to be a criminal right now. Somebody gonna take care of you. But anyways, if you weren't criminal, jokes aside, why would you rob a Metro PCS? They don't got no money. Ain't nobody buying phones over there. Anyways, yeah, traffic jams are gonna have people come cleaning up. I guess that's cool. I don't really care about stuff like that. For me, I think the most important thing is like how different is the mission structures, the characters, and like the story. But like that's stuff I don't really care about. It's funny the president's a criminal himself. Not according to his fans. Realistic driving physics. Each vehicle will have his own feel and extra weight. There will be armor, passengers, bodies in the trunk that will push the rear end down. That sounds like it sounds like it could potentially be the driving as like Grand Theft Auto 4, which was one of the things I wasn't a big fan of. I didn't like the more realistic driving, especially when you're trying to do getaways and stuff like that. I like the arcade gameplay. I mean, that's why I play Grand Theft Auto. Car crash physics are similar to a simulator, and cars can bend or cut in half after hitting a thick hole. Now that sounds funny. Imagine hitting a big ass pothole like you in Detroit, and your car just splits in half, and you failed the mission. Wasted. What else to say? Buildings can be completely destroyed, but to a certain degree. You just contradicted yourself.
Your resub just reminded me to unsub.
Shout out to Martin with the sub. Appreciate it.
Month's bank statement.
Buildings can be completely destroyed, but to a certain degree. If it's only to a certain degree, it can't be completely destroyed. Completely destroyed, there's no workaround. What are you talking about, bro? Just say there's some destruction. Players can destroy their doors, windows, walls, and roofs, so you can't destroy the whole building. You can slightly destroy it. Jason and Lucia hold guns differently and have their own feel and weight and movement. Makes sense, you know, two different people. Players will be able to carry a rifle on their back and a handgun strapped in the front.
On a sub to this stream.
Yo, shout out to Josh with the big sub. I appreciate you.
Next to the
Last week we were struggling. What's going on? Turn up, chat. Sub it up. Players can have multiple van/car inventories with clothes, weapons, and attachments. I mean, that's believable. Own a house, own multiple cars in the garage. That's very believable. That's in every other Grand Theft Auto.
Get off my man,
all this sounds kind of like a pain to still keep it Arcadia. Makes sense. It will come out on PS4, drop 5 subs. Anytime you mention that shit, you gotta drop 5 subs to apologize. Stealth elements like crouching, going prone, hiding handguns under the shirt, and many other things are similar to Hitman or Ghost Recon. All right, buddy, get the fuck out of here. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think shout out to you to be Ron with the sub. I think the appeal of Grand Theft Auto is it's like a jack of all trades and a master of none. You get a lot of bang for your buck. That's why also I'm not like a big fan of the series. Like I understand why people love Grand Theft Auto, but I always felt like it never really did anything special. It just gave you a lot. It's like a buffet, right? I wouldn't call it a buffet on the level of what's the popular one? Not like that, but like it's a good buffet. I'm trying to think of like a good buffet, but like to say it's like Hitman or Ghost Recon, those are games that specialize in stealth. There's no way it's as good. Golden Corral. It's not like Golden Corral buffet, right? Grand Theft Auto, like it's a step above Golden Corral. Like it gives you a little bit of everything, if that makes sense. But like to say that like the stealth is on the level of like Hitman or Ghost Recon, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe we're gonna be sneaking around, shooting lights out, sneaking in the shadows, hiding bodies. Like get the fuck out of here. At most, it'd probably be like some sound detection where like you hit a glass and like people will hear you or something like that.
Every bit of my seed, and guess what?
I'm gonna let him. Shout out to Dust with the bits. I appreciate you. Finally got to gold. Okay, Dust. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Clothes have their own physics. When you draw a gun, clothes interact with their hand and you can see skin underneath as they're both. Okay. Clothes tear, get dirty, sweaty, wet, bloody, and react to. I believe that because right there the trailer. I believe that. Yeah, it must be the win. The user Pebble Star answered a few questions on his post with even more details. There will be a National Guard army at the max wanted level. I wonder what that means. Imagine like having like big ass airplanes and stealth bombers coming after you and shit. What else, Serena? You can ride horses, which are available at farms and rural areas. Okay, that's believable because, you know, it's the South. NPCs are conscious about the player and can wait. NPCs are conscious about the player and can be robbed or intimidated into putting their phones away if they're recording video. I mean, that's believable. Police AI is smart as they work in groups, communicate with each other, and split into 2 or more groups. Interesting. Does that make it smart though? Like, let me see y'all run a flank. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, let me see. What else can you do? Can we be a Florida man? A powerful Florida man. Bro, this man wrote a whole novel. Bro, we can't even zoom in on this. I can't read this. The fuck? Let's see. Bro, you can't even zoom in. What am I supposed to do with this, chat? If you want to read this here, I'll link it.
Cool, but honestly, there's only one ideology I resubscribe to, and
so on a scale of 1 to 10, how with 10 being the most likely, how much do y'all believe this? I feel like this is like a 6 or a 7. Most of this stuff is believable.
It's rough out here. So
the main thing I question is like the hurricanes and like how often is that happening, you know? Like none of this was like I thought this was gonna have some mind-blowing announcements or features in it, but like this is actually mostly believable stuff. Until I see a trailer, I'm a 5 out of 10. Until we get a release date, I don't believe this game is coming out this year. Guys, we're almost in February. We still don't know when it's coming out. How's that fair to consumers? From a standpoint of people who are looking forward to this game, and also from a standpoint of people who are looking forward to other games coming out this year that still don't have a release date because nobody knows when Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out. Imagine we're 6 months into the year and we still don't have a release date, and because of that, we don't get any games this year. Are we gonna get mad at Rockstar? They said Christmas. No, there's no release date. No, there's no release date. They just said 2025. There's no release date for this game. And reports have come out that every studio is afraid to release their game around the same time. So like we don't have a release dates for a lot of games because of this game. You have a responsibility to the gaming community to let us know when this shit is gonna drop. If it's not gonna drop till 2026, let us know. Let us know. It's getting delayed into 2026. I feel like it. Shout out to Firelord Rome and Goosey with the subs. Appreciate it. My gut tells me it feels like it's gonna get delayed too because we still haven't heard it. This game is too big. When is Yote? It doesn't have a release date, I believe. It just said 2025. Yeah, this game is currently has a chokehold on the entire gaming industry. People don't understand. People don't understand. So that's what I got for you, but take it all with a grain of salt. None of this is confirmed. I thought it'd be, fun to bring it up for shits and giggles. Other news, quick question. What does chill on the caps mean? This is my first time in a stream in years. It was in the rules. It's pretty self-explanatory. Stop spamming caps. You got timed out by the I didn't time you out, the bot timed you out because you typed too many caps in the chat. That's all it is. Just don't be shouting. You good. This news kind of doesn't apply, but it does. So like in case you missed it, this past weekend, TikTok got banned. Although I believe that was a psyop. By the way, I've never been suicidal. They claimed they were the guy who said that they wanted to ban TikTok in 2020, the guy who saved it is now trying to position himself as the savior of the app. The app got taken down. Then miraculously 12 hours later, it gets put back up. And in the message, it says, thanks to President Trump, who, by the way, wasn't the president at the time, which means that they cut a deal under the table because he didn't have the power to make this happen. That means he had been talking to the CEO. Stay woke, chat. The actual meaning. That means he had been cutting a deal with the CEO of TikTok under the table before he was even president for them to have a message ready to go. Because this is a big ass app. Bro, I said the same shit. And people are falling for this dumbass shit, bro. Wow, Trump saved TikTok. Oh my God, greatest president. No, he didn't, bro. No, he didn't. Get the fuck out of here. This was all a psyop to fool the dumbasses into believing that he's some type of savior. And you should never forget, he's the reason that we're talking about the ban in the first place. But anyways, people are slow as hell, bruh. It's so obvious. There's a lot of things that I have to say, but I'm gonna keep it PG. But like I said, I've never been suicidal. Don't fall for this shit, chat. The TikTok CEO was at the inauguration with like 7 other billionaires and shit. Like I said, these are scary times, and I know I'm getting old because I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to my girl. I was like, bro, I might buy a gun. I'm not gonna lie. She was like, I can't believe I'm saying it, but she's like, I think you do need to get one too. Like, might be time to start going to the shooting range because niggas is crazy in this country, bro. It's a lot of loopy ass people out here, and the worst part is they don't think that they're crazy. Critical thinking is at an all-time low. Keep it on you, fam. Absolutely. You said you don't have one already. I live in a safe area, but I was like, I don't know about these people. But anyways, I'm not gonna get into all that. Yep, that's what we plan on doing too. Sadly, protect yourself. Another thing that happened during the TikTok ban also is we found out that ByteDance, the owner of TikTok, is also the owner of Marvel Snap, and the game also ended up getting banned. And the crazy thing about this story is one of the main developers of the game came to TikTok to let us know that the servers were down, and they had no idea that the game was getting taken down. They just took it down alongside of it. Now, we have an update on this because this happened January 18th. From my understanding in the group chat, the game is back online as of the last few hours. They just brought it back. So the game is back now, but it was, if you're wondering why you couldn't, all you snappers out there couldn't play it, it's because the owners of TikTok were also the owners of Marvel Snap. CapCut got taken away too, which is another psyop. So the editing app CapCut got taken down because ByteDance, the owners of TikTok, also own the editing software CapCut. Miraculously, the day that CapCut gets banned, Instagram announced that they have a mobile editing software called Edits. This is all a psyop. Can y'all not fall for this shit? Yo, shout out to Hint of Knowledge. You just coincidentally had an editing app ready to go, Mark Zuckerberg, after CapCut got taken down? Come on, y'all. Use some critical thinking. I was hot. I wanted to play Snap. I'd imagine all my snappers would be mad. What's your honest opinion on the current state of the black community simplified? What does that have to do with anything what we're talking about? It's laughably obvious. Yeah, like if my thing is like, if you're gonna be a supervillain, if your goal is to be Lex Luthor, can you at least try? Although I'd argue you probably don't need to try that hard because people are falling for that shit. But what are you talking about, like the state of the black community? I don't have any address on the state of the black community. I think the black community as a whole is in a pretty decent place. We're pretty solidified. Nelly is a coon. Snoop is a coon. Who else did they announce? Soulja Boy, coon. This is the only thing I'm gonna say about the black. Rick Ross. It's time to be on code. It's time to be on code. And you know, the only one that pains me is Snoop, man. Rod Wave. Don't nobody care about that fat nigga. The Snoop one does pain me. The Snoop one does pain me. I'm not gonna lie. The Snoop one does pain me. I have a vinyl of Doggy Style.
Why do people resubscribe?
I'm like,
to
God damn, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Only Sonic wields that type of power.
And then Soulja Boy on fucking camera, they asked him why he did it. Obama didn't give me no money. Kamala didn't offer me no fucking money. So you're a coon. You're a fucking sellout, bruh. I don't understand that. I don't support Trump. I was just there fucking. If you're there performing at his fucking ball, you support him. 10,000 lashes. Dr. Umar got to get you. That's my only statement. You better be on code. We not streaming none of their music. They coons. They are fucking coons. Funny how my question just started an actual beneficial conversation. It's not beneficial, bruh. None of them niggas is beneficial, but don't nobody care about fat ass fuck. I never listened to it. I can't tell you a Rod Wave song. Yeah, 10,000 lashes, bruh. It feels like them niggas to me feel like, you ever seen Judas and the Black Messiah about Fred Hampton, the movie? The guy that betrayed the black community. That's the way I feel. You better be on code with them, bruh. We not listening to them. Just making sure you aren't suicidal. No, I've never been suicidal. Make sure to clip it. Brrr. Hey, you good, Serena? Don't you live in Trump country? You know what else will start a beneficial conversation? A 600. But yeah, in regards to Marvel Snap, it was taken down. But from my understanding, we have an update. It's working again. So all my snappers are okay. I'm not going to lie. I was talking to somebody about this the other day too. I was like, they took down Marvel Snap. If they take down Marvel Rivals, because Marvel Rivals is not owned by ByteDance, it's owned by NetEase, but NetEase is a Chinese company. If they take down Marvel Rivals, Americans are going to riot. They're going to riot.
Thanks for the
Yo, shout out to Tariq with the sub. Appreciate it. I'm putting on that Luigi hat. Nah. Luigi, let me get y'all a bar. Luigi was just a catalyst, but we don't need Luigi anymore. Everybody needs to come together so we can have a Mario party, if you catch my drift. We don't need Luigi. We need a Mario party. Anyways, what else I got for you? More positive. You see the executive orders he's signing. Did something new just drop? I know we pulled out of the World Health Organization. Mario Party 25. Stick with people, bruh. I know they about to start doing raids and stuff like that. It's like I'm trying to keep it gaming, but like I am an adult. I'm one of the few streamers that likes to act his age, and I like to act like there's things going on in the world. And even though I'm kind of mad at the Hispanic community, I still feel for y'all because I am a person. I'm not gonna lie to you. I also recently discovered Mexican popsicles. Them joints is fire. It's unfortunate, but it's like they voted for this shit. It's like I'm going to East Los Angeles to get the big bag, bro. He said, I thought you were 21. So it's like, I feel conflicted about the shit because it's like, yo, y'all voted for this shit. But it's like, you still don't want to see what they're about to do happen. But this is what happens. Everybody got tricked. The black community, we know the enemy's tricks. The unfortunate thing is people come to this country, they immigrate, and they want to be down with the winning team so bad, they fail to realize what the winning team did to get there, and they don't listen to what they perceive to be the lowest of the totem pole in terms of society, and then you end up getting tricked. It's okay. You're going to learn the hard way. But you're going to learn the hard way. Hopefully the aliens come save us or something. Like. I feel so out of loop because I'm out of the country right now. Oh, you gonna find out, Slate. Niggas are making jokes praising the Cheeto on TikTok. Ain't shit funny. It's not funny. If you want to support the California fires, Call of Duty's doing something positive if you buy this new shit, this new pack right here. In the wake of the devastating fires in LA impacting our friends, colleagues, and residents in Southern California, we're adding the LA Fire Relief Pack to the Black Ops 6 Warzone. 100% of the proceeds and purchases go to people that were devastated by the fire. So, I mean, if you play Call of Duty and you want to do something positive, you could buy this pack. It'll help out. The other side wasn't even trying to win, to be honest. The skin lick ass. Yeah, it kind of does. But I mean, I just want to express some positivity. It's out there. Do you think people in LA seem more progressive and liberal compared to other places you lived? Depending on what party you're in. Like LA, yes, but like outside of LA is Trump country. It depends on where you're at in California. It's becoming more red, so depends. But I mean, I'm from DC. DC's pretty liberal. Not pretty, it is. Like I've been getting TikToks of people, what's going on in the streets of DC. Fucking like Trumpers just walking around with their red hats and shit like that in the subways. Like people are like freaked out because like them niggas be walking around with their chest all out looking for a fight and shit. It's like I come from a liberal city, so like being here doesn't really bother me. Seems like every country's right wing. The countryside, yeah. It's only 1 hour away from LA, where I live in Trump land. They all got trucks. Other Nintendo news I got for you. I'm sorry the conversation's all over the place. Nah, the funniest TikTok I saw was seeing MAGA people going to busboys and poets for breakfast. Like, bro, if you don't, why are you there? Can I just say one thing that really bothered me too this morning is during the inauguration, this nigga got on the mic. Yo, I'm so tired of people bastardizing fucking Martin Luther King, bro. And this is coming from somebody who's a Malcolm X type of guy, but I still fuck with MLK, right? But, first of all, they didn't like this nigga till he was dead. They called him a fucking communist when he was alive. As soon as he died, they fucking loved him. You know why? Because the government assassinated him. But, that's another conversation for another day. Anyways, during the inauguration, it was just a sea of mayonnaise. And they're talking about, we're gonna judge you based off, your work ethic and your character, like Martin Luther King. And oh, by the way, I'm slashing DEI practices. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? You just contradicted yourself. You said we know. That shit annoys me, man. And that damn coon who was talking about Negro spirituals on the mic. Did y'all see that? I was so, it's hard for me to get embarrassed. I was so embarrassed this morning. Who's the black guy, the pastor, that gave that sermon and was talking about Negro spirituals? I was like, get this nigga off stage, bro. Shucking and jiving, bro. Shucking. And I was mad watching it. Yeah, I was mad watching it. I couldn't believe that. That was an Uncle Ruckus. Yeah. You ever seen Django Unchained? Samuel L. Jackson's character? Django. Him. That was him on the podium this morning. I got secondhand embarrassment looking at that shit. They were laughing in the background. What up, Trey? I just couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't finish that. I couldn't believe it, dude. I was like, I think I'm getting old because like this shit is starting to piss me off, bro. Oh, it's gonna be a long 4 years. I'm sorry. I know we're supposed to be talking about gaming, but it's gonna be a long 4 years, bro. All you can do is laugh, man. It's time to hit the shooting range. Let's see. Rumor. Nintendo's February Direct will reveal the last major Switch game. Last week, the curtain was finally pulled back on the Switch 2, the next video game system from Nintendo. Nintendo's announcement was pretty light on details, offering a short glimpse at the console itself, as well as the new Mario Kart game. More details are coming during Nintendo Direct on April 7th, but it seems fans can look forward to another Nintendo presentation ahead of the date. Rumors suggest that the company will also be holding a Nintendo Direct presentation in February, and it'll focus on games for the current Switch hardware. Not gonna lie, I don't be getting noties no more. Hey, follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/HokageHQ. So then when I go live there, at least you'll be notified, because usually YouTube noties work, right? I don't know. TBA has just dropped 40 kills on Rivals. Okay. We got a little, quick play demon. A Nintendo Direct in the month of February won't be too surprising. It's basically an annual event at this point where Nintendo lays out plans for the first half of the year. Nintendo has yet to confirm its existence, so fans have been speculating if it's still going to happen this year and about what games might be featured. In a recent episode of his podcast, the leaker PH Brazil claimed that not only can we expect a Nintendo Direct next month, but it also will reveal the last major first-party game from Nintendo on the system. The game will apparently be a new entry in a beloved series, but also one that's smaller compared to some of the Nintendo's other franchises. In a post on the Family boards, PH Brazil clarified that his mystery game is not a remaster. Oh yeah, join the Discord. Discord, you always get notifications whenever I go live. Let's see. While the Switch era has been pretty good for the most of Nintendo's franchises, there are a lot that haven't gotten a new entry in a while. PH Brazil's comment has already led to speculation that we could see a new Golden Sun Chibi Robo. How many of y'all know what Chibi Robo is? That's a deep cut from like the GameCube era. If you have to ask if you're a coon, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Stop talking, MVP. If you have to ask if you're a coon in the chat, you are. Just be quiet. Don't type anymore. Or Star Fox. F-Zero is another possibility and would make sense following the release of F-Zero 99. While none of these franchises have the same draw as Mario, Zelda, Metroid, or Pokemon, all would generate a lot of excitement among Nintendo fans. Fans have spent years lamenting the fact that Team Star Fox hasn't gotten a new game on Switch outside of the characters appearing in the game like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Starlink Battle of Atlas. Yeah, can we get a new F-Zero? No, that's facts. Chibi Robo, the plug, literally. You played it? That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut. I see we getting stupidity already. I believe some of us gotta die to make it to the promised land, so I said what I said. We can't take them all. All it takes is a little bit of the coon chip to activate. Why does it say I'm not following you on PC, but I'm following you on my phone? I've been here for years. Oh, I don't know. You made it. I don't know. Nah, TikTok's not banned anymore. As with any rumor, readers are encouraged to take this with a grain of salt. While PH Brazil tends to be a pretty reliable source, there's no way of knowing for sure that Nintendo is planning for the end of the Switch era. That said, there's a lot we don't know right now, and a Nintendo Direct next month will be a great way to enlighten the fans. This is all speculation, a bunch of hearsay. What y'all want to see from the Switch 2? Yeah, Marcus Garvey says something similar. We can't take them all, bro. You can lead them to the water. You can't force them to drink. I just seen a video. I sent it to my girl. Some of them niggas that voted for him, they talking about fucking 3/5 human again. I said, oh my, they talking about black people now. That's why MLK said an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. You can't turn a blind eye, because I'm like, that's how it's going to start. Then they're going to start looking at other people, bro. I was like, it's about to be a long 4 fucking years, dude. I need to see some themes and home customizing. You will never have a seat at the table, and the sooner you realize that, the better. Yo, shout out to Savant Rain with the sub. Appreciate it.
Sonic wields that type of power.
It's really the end of the Switch era if all the future games that will be released are backwards compatible. The Switch will probably be good for like another 2 years when the Switch 2 comes out, but they're gonna try to get rid of that shit as soon as possible. What else I got for you? Oh, Mario Kart 9. Mario Kart 9 fan speculation points to fuel tank gameplay. Mario Kart fans are poring over yesterday's reveal of Nintendo's racing series for the Switch 2 and have come up with a few more clues for how the game might play. Our first look at Mario Kart 9, or whatever it will end up being called, I hope it's not a Mario Kart 8 DLC, was on the surface a pretty straightforward affair. We saw 1 racetrack, 12 returning characters, and not much else. Except for the fact, as we noted yesterday, there are now 24 spaces on the track's starting grid. Let's hope Nintendo has improved its online service to allow for 24 players. Overnight, fans have analyzed the trailer in more detail with an eye working on what Mario Kart 9's main gimmick might be. We've had underwater racing and gliders, anti-gravity tracks, and now, could Mario Kart 9's big change revolve around conserving fuel? One fan spotted a rather conspicuous fuel tank added to the side of Mario's otherwise familiar kart labeled 1-Up Fuel. The same fan also pointed out to the mysterious glowing power-up seemingly placed outside a pit stop burger joint, perhaps a fuel replenishing power-up. I swear to God, I hope this is not real. Gas in Mario Kart, that kind of defeats the purpose. It's an arcade racer. I don't want to have to worry about managing gas. Imagine being in the middle of a race. It's the third lap, you're in the front, and then you run out of gas because you forgot to hit one of the boxes to give you like some extra gas or something like that. So then your car just blows up. I hope that they're wrong about this spot and this is just something else, or maybe it's just a power up to make you go faster or something like that. Upgrade to EV carts. Fuck no. This is one of the rooms. I hope this is not true. I hope this is Mario. I hope it's Mario Kart 9 too. It's not some Mario Kart DLC for 8. No racing game does this. Hey, but one thing about Nintendo is they are different. They are bound to do something different. They are bound to do something different. But I'm hoping this is just some made up shit. Will the buggies be electric? You got to charge the car in the middle of a race. Fuck no. Other Switch stuff. I'm not gonna lie, that shit would be funny as fuck though. Imagine the highlights. Yeah, you say that until it happens to you. Imagine running out of gas. you stop, right? And then somebody hits you with a blue shell and you blow up and go back to the beginning of the fucking track, bro. Get me out the game. I've seen someone theorize that the gas could be a free boost that doesn't need a mushroom, not actual gas. That's what I'm saying. It could be a different boost.
Shout out to that nigga in the
Yo,
chat
shout out to
for
King Woody with the sub. Appreciate it.
So you a real ass nigga for that.
Last
my nigga.
week, the Nintendo Switch 2 revealed didn't come with a software lineup. That isn't expected to the upcoming Nintendo Direct in April. However, we may have an idea of some of the third-party support Nintendo will see at launch. A new rumor suggests several high-profile games will be part of the Switch 2's launch window. This includes several games from Microsoft, which is reportedly moving away from having its first-party games exclusive to Xbox. So rumors of games coming to the Switch 2 include Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, Halo Master Chief Collection, Diablo 4, Call of Duty, Fallout 4, Starfield, and Tekken 8. Nobody wants to play Starfield. Diablo 4 would work. This is actually very believable because other Diablo games were on the Switch. Diablo 3 was on the Switch. This is possible, but does anybody want to play Halo with them small-ass thumbsticks? I mean, you could play with the Pro controller, but like on the actual Switch, I feel like that'd be hard to play. Midfield, right? Elden Ring might be dope. They don't say nothing about Elden Ring. Tekken 8 could work if you have a Pro controller. My only problem is these are old games. Maybe if you only play Nintendo, you might be excited about this, but this is possible that there will be third-party support. There will be third-party support. Tekken 8 on the Switch wouldn't look that good. I mean, Mortal Kombat on the Switch doesn't look good. Mortal Kombat 1, it's always going to have weaker hardware. They're always going to have to sacrifice in certain parts. Who would want to play Halo on the Switch? Yeah, I would imagine it'd be hard to find a game online because like there wouldn't be that many people unless they enable crossplay. If they enable crossplay, it would be okay. But I don't know. You didn't see Elden Ring on the list? Am I blind? Oh, my dumbass. I read that as a Twitter link. My dumbass. I read that. Yeah, Elden Ring. Well, no, because that's possible. Elden Ring did run on the PS4, and they said that this Switch 2 is rumored to be comparable to a PS4 Pro. So, I mean, Elden Ring running on it, that does make sense. I take that back. It does make sense. NVIDIA did the Switch 2 hardware. Yeah, the chipset. Tekken Tag 2 on the Wii U. Tekken Tag 2 is unbalanced as hell. More Switch news. Analyst states that the Switch 2 price won't really matter for early adopters. According to Sarcana analyst Matt Piscatella, the eventual price of the console likely won't matter for the early adopters among us. It's speaking with Games Radar. He stated that as long as the cost of the machine isn't egregious, then it'll likely sell. I don't believe launch pricing will really matter. Early adopters of the new Nintendo hardware aren't very price sensitive. So as long as the launch price isn't some egregious amount, it'll sell.
I resubscribe to, and
shout out to Jay Warren. And of course, prices can be lowered over time, but we'll see. I believe this is half true. The rumor is that it's going to be like $400. I believe this is half true. If there are people out there like me who do like content or like super hardcore gamers, they're going to buy it regardless. But you know, some people on the other side, some people are going to be price conscious, especially because we don't know what the economy is going to look like next year. I seen this nigga did like 1,000 interviews today. And in one of them, I heard this man say, if China doesn't play ball with us, I'm willing to do tariffs 25%, 50%. This nigga said 100% tariffs. And a lot of these parts come from these Asian markets. So we don't know what these prices going to be looking like in 2020, mid 2025, 2020. I swear to God, he said that. He just casually said 100% tariffs. I'm like, all right, buddy. So if you're looking to upgrade your PC and you can afford it, I'd suggest you do it now. Yeah, and then also too, another thing, a lot of health experts predict we could possibly see another pandemic because the neurovirus is going around. There's a stronger strain of the flu. COVID is still around. So I forgot how they labeled it, but we could see another pandemic with this nigga in office, bro. And if that happens, people are not buying consoles. If they can't be a bird flu, people are not buying consoles because they're going to probably save their money for like food or something like that. Stuff that like really matters. They're just going to stay on Marvel Rivals, a quademic or some shit. Yeah, I don't know what it is. So I was like, I would say this is half true. It depends on what the world is looking like a year from now. It depends. Facts, my cousin got the flu last week. Yeah, Ethos was sick last week too. That's why he didn't stream. He said he's still like getting over. He had a really bad case of the flu. My girl got it. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, especially if you go to the gym. One of the best practices you can do, whenever I'm done lifting weights, I go straight to the bathroom and I wash my hands afterward before I leave. And
the idea of Shadow having a BBC. Only Sonic wields
shout out
that
to Link
type
with
of
the sub.
power.
And I keep a hand sanitizer in my car, so as soon as I get in my car, I sanitize again. Just a way to, you know, you can never wash your hands enough. You can never wash your hands enough. Eat oranges. Well, vitamin C. I take vitamin C every day too. The best medicine is preventative, not reactive. Be preventative. What else? One more Nintendo article. Nintendo Switch modder arrested in Japan, setting a new harsher precedent. We got an update on the Nintendo Yakuza. Y'all better stop playing with them. Japanese police have arrested a man accused of modifying and selling a Nintendo Switch. It's the first time someone under suspicion of breaking the country's trademark act by handling modded Switch consoles has been arrested. The news reports potentially setting a new, harsher precedent for the future. The 58-year-old suspect is believed to have made a business out of modifying secondhand Switch consoles so that they play pirated games and reselling those modded units for 28,000 yen or 150 apiece. That was a side hustle. The man who reportedly admitted to the charge also offered a bundle of 27 pirated games to play on the modded consoles for an additional fee. Today's news comes just days after the deputy general manager of Nintendo's Japanese intellectual property department said the company was beefing up its stance against illegal emulation. Nintendo is, of course, no stranger to legal action when it feels its products are under threat and has made an example out of individuals in the past. Y'all better stop playing with the Nintendo Yakuza. You said, who snitched? I mean, the feds could have been watching his crib. I'd imagine it's much easier to get caught in Japan because their crime rate is so low. So like somebody was probably staking out his house. They said, why are these people coming in and out? I don't see no drugs. It's not junkies everywhere. Niggas coming out the crib and shit with a trench coat. Fucking new Switch in there. I think he's selling illegal Nintendo Switches. Pikachu went, yeah, it could have been Detective Pikachu. It could have been. So that's the first batch of articles that I got for you. I just wanted to remind y'all, stop playing with Nintendo because I know some of y'all be playing the best version of Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not going to tell you. I know some of y'all be doing that. Be careful with that stuff, man. Be careful.